All right, another question that has come up has been about the judging when it comes down to the Jingliang Li versus Daniel Rodriguez fight. Now, look, a lot of people are going to sit there and tell you this was a robbery. It was not a robbery. It was a close fight. And the judges' scorecards will kind of tell you exactly how close it was because the judges' scorecards are kind of all over the place. And that is a natural thing that you're going to get from the judges when they are sitting at three opposite locations and they see three different fights. And when I say they see three different fights, there's many times that, they're going to see the same action, but there are times that they don't. I know that there was a question in the second round about Daniel Rodriguez being hurt by a punch with one of the judges seeing it and saying, no doubt about it. The crowd kind of went, wow, because they saw it. And another judge said, did not see that. Heard the crowd, but the referee was right in the way. I didn't see any shots landed. So that's sometimes the difference that you're going to get. Let's be honest. You look at this fight. I thought that Li won. That was just my opinion, and it's nothing more than an opinion. I thought that Li won the first round. I thought it was close. I thought he had more volume. I thought he landed the better strikes overall, but it was a close round, and I can almost see where someone could go to Rodriguez, but I thought Li won. The second round, the big difference I thought was that Li did hurt Rodriguez with a shot. You could see that Rodriguez reacted to it, and it was a very good blow. Now, Rodriguez landed some clean shots himself during that round, but Li didn't have the same effect as far as those shots landing on him. They didn't seem to affect him as much as what I saw from Rodriguez with that 1-2 combination that Li had fired off and landed. So that was the difference maker for me going into that second round and why I would have given it to Li. Now, the third round, both guys going after a lot. Li with a lot of head movement, trying to do things, trying to come inside to land. Both guys, both were missing a lot. They're both firing off, but they're both missing a lot of shots. Rodriguez was more, you could see that he was trying to be more active, trying to up his volume, trying to land the bigger shot at time, but he was missing along with Li. When you look at the judges' scorecards, you had, two judges gave Rodriguez the first round. One judge gave it to Li. In the second round, you had two judges giving Rodriguez that second round, and part of it was because, like I said, one of those judges said, I didn't see that big shot that hurt him. Then you had the third round, and you had, I believe, two judges giving it to Li and one judge giving it to Rodriguez. Each round was very close, and this is part of scoring. There's a human factor to it, and when you take a look at what the judges are looking at, I'm gonna put it out there again. The judges are not given great seats. Okay, I know, yes, they're ringside, but they have all these posts in between, especially with the way the UFC does it. They put only one judge with an open panel. The other two are sitting there at the gates, so they've got three posts to look through and to try to move their head back and forth to see it. So sometimes you just don't see that one thing that's going to make you change your mind in who won that round when they're very close, and each of those rounds were close. Now, again, I thought Li won. I believe the media as a whole was something like 23-2. If you look at their idea of who won, 23 of the medias that scored the fight going with Li, 2 going with Rodriguez. If you look at Verdict, MMA Verdict, which is something that uses all of the fans, they gave it 3-0 for Li. So, yes, as a whole, as a consensus, I agree with them. I thought that Li won. I had given the fight to Li. Most people are looking at it like Li won, but no matter what, it was a close fight, and you've got to, in that position as the fighter, you got to show the judges, I'm the guy you want to go with. It's not easy, but that's the way it's done.